Hello, church family. My name is Owen Taylor, and I am reflecting on the readings of Thursday, March 5th, in the second week of Lent. And in chapter 17 of Jeremiah, it starts, "Thus says the Lord, cursed is the man who trusts in human beings, who makes flesh his strength, whose heart turns away from the Lord." And I take this to mean, someone who is trying to figure out their problems by themselves, trusting in human plans instead of God's plans. And as someone who is a planner and an overthinker and always intellectually trying to solve my problems, this is one of my favorite reminders when reading the Bible or going to church, is that, what? God's got you. And if you're listening to God, if you have faith in God, that is the way to move forward. And, I love the imagery after this. It says, "He is like a barren bush in the wasteland that enjoys no change of season, but stands in lava beds in the wilderness, a land salty and uninhabited." As a farmer who spends a lot of time in the earth, this kind of imagery really speaks to me. And it's a real big contrast to the imagery in the gospel reading about the rich man and also the poor man named Lazarus, who, the rich man is eating delicious foods and wearing fancy clothes and living a sumptuous life. And, in the end of the reading, he is kind of standing in those lava beds in the wilderness that we're hearing about in the first reading, whereas Lazarus, the poor man, is seated next to Abraham in heaven. And it reminds us that it's not the riches, it's not the success of kind of the human mind, but actually God's plan that is what we should open the eyes of our hearts to. God bless.